Hey everyone, it's Sweet and Delightful, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this really delicious cinnamon pull-apart bread, so let's get started. Add 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast to 3 tablespoons of water, and read down below to know more information on how to activate your yeast. And you also want to add in 1 teaspoon of sugar and mix this ever so slightly and set it aside. Measure out 2 cups of all-purpose flour and place it in your bowl. I'm using my stand mixer bowl today because I'm going to be using my stand mixer, but you do not need a stand mixer. I'm also adding a 1/4 cup of white sugar along with 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you just want to give this all a good whisk and set it aside. Now in a saucepan over medium heat, I'm going to melt together 4 tablespoons of butter along with 1/3 cup of milk. Once it's all melted together, add in 1/4 cup of water along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you just want to let this cool a little bit before adding it to the rest of your ingredients. And I'm also cracking 2 eggs into a little bowl, and I'm going to whisk these together for our eggs. And now we're going to add our yeast, which should look somewhat like that, and we're going to add that along with our milk mixture into our dry ingredients. And you just want to mix this together with a spatula. And next we're going to add our whisked eggs, and you just want to mix this as best as you can, and it will be a little bit soupy, so just keep mixing and it will soon come together. And we're going to add our remaining 1 cup of flour, and I'm going to knead this for a couple minutes. While that's kneading, I'm going to oil my bowl. I'm just using a neutral flavored oil here, and I'm just taking a paper towel to oil it. And then you want to add your dough, which should be a little bit sticky, so I greased my spatula before I placed it in. And then you also want to grease the top of the dough so it doesn't form any crust. Then I covered this with some plastic wrap along with a towel, and I'm going to put this somewhere warm to rise, and I put it in my oven for now. So for our filling, we're going to mix together 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 cup of white sugar, and along with 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And you just want to mix this together for your filling. Next, you want to brown 4 more tablespoons of butter, and don't keep it on for too long or else it will burn like mine. And now you can take out your dough, and it should have doubled in size, and you want to punch it down to deflate it. Next, you want to knead about 2 tablespoons of flour into your dough, and you do not want to knead too much. Try not to use too much flour or else your dough will become very dense, but this part is really fun, guys. Next, you can take a rolling pin and roll out your dough. You do not need a rolling pin for this because the first time I made this, I didn't have one, so I just stretched it out with my hands and it worked out perfectly. And make sure to re-flour your surface a couple of times while rolling. So your dough should be 12 by 20 inches long and wide. And next you want to add your browned butter, or in my case burnt butter, onto your dough, and you just want to spread it out. I'm using a spatula here. Next, you can sprinkle on your sugar mixture we had earlier, and I'm just sprinkling this all over the bread, and make sure to get the edges too so those don't get left out. So yeah. Next, you want to cut your dough into 6 slices. I'm using a pizza cutter here for easier cutting. So yeah, try to make them pretty even, but it's okay if they're not. Then you're going to stack those slices onto each other, and we're going to cut 6 more slices within these slices. I hope that made sense, but you should have a total of 36 pieces. Then you just want to line these into your 9 by 5 inch buttered then floured loaf dish. And it's okay if they don't fit in there because we're going to let it rise again for 30 to 45 minutes. You want to bake for 30 to 35 minutes in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven, and when the bread is out, it will look super beautiful and delicious, and it really was good, guys. This is one of my most favorite recipes on my channel so far. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye!